Welcome back, brothers and sisters. I am Braden. This is Langley Outdoors Academy, the place where we not only talk about what's going on in the gun world, but also how we're going to fix it together. And the content that we're going to cover today is going to make you smile. We've got 20 states telling Mexico and the Democrats backing their whole lawsuit to shove it. This is something you guys are going to want to send out, and everyone understand there are people fighting, even if it does not seem like they are. Everything is linked in the description box below, and this article is worth a read. And if you are new or you are a returning viewer, please consider hitting that like button, subscribing to the channel, and making sure you turn that notification bell on. We need as many of you as possible to get in here with us, so spread this information and pass the blessing of the Second Amendment along to the next generation just as it was handed to us. Thank you so much in advance for your consideration, but let's dive into this because I've got to show you some great stuff. Red states rush to defend gun manufacturers from Mexican lawsuit seeking damages for gun violence. Now, this happened last year. This is something that's been working its way through the system. Well, now there's an appeal. Well, 20 different states that are Republican-led attorney generals, they are coming to the rescue of the gun industry. They're telling Mexico and the dim blue states that are backing a foreign lawsuit against our constitutional rights to shove it. Let me continue. There are some incredible quotes in here, but here's just a primer if you don't remember what happened. More than a dozen Republican attorneys general are defending American gun manufacturers against a lawsuit from Mexico that says the company should be liable for gun violence south of the border in Mexico. An argument that California and other Democrat-led states are supporting. By the way, just a side note, if you're so zealous for gun control, you're supporting a foreign country against your own country's rights, there may be a point where you have some reflection. No? Just me? All right, let's keep going. Let me show you what happened with this lawsuit, and then I'm going to show you what they said. What they said is beautiful. Mexico's lawsuit was tossed out by a federal judge in Massachusetts last year. We covered it. But Mexico appealed its case to the U.S. Court of Appeals for the First Circuit, and the suit is supported by California and other Democrat-led states. Well, you know how I feel about that, but let me show you some of the quotes from this amicus brief that they filed, the red states against Mexico. This is gold. And let me hear you in the comments on this. Quote, firearms manufacturers are under attack from the Mexican government and anti-gun groups trying to bankrupt them for crimes they did not commit, Knudsen said in a statement to Fox News Digital. Now, Knudsen is the Attorney General of Montana. This guy has been in a lot of great places. He is driving a lot of things forward for the Second Amendment, and he's leading a lot of these coalitions from attorney generals. This is something worth watching, but I digress. It's something for another video. The court should do the right thing and affirm the district's court decision to dismiss the suit. American companies cannot be blamed for problems in Mexico, he said. He's absolutely correct. Here's some more quotes from it. Then I'm going to show you what states are signed on. Mexico's theory of liability rests entirely on the factual assertion that American gun manufacturers knowingly cause Mexican gun violence, the brief said. But its theory falls apart under even cursory scrutiny. The available evidence suggests that gun violence in Mexico increased, not because of the expiration of the U.S. assault weapons ban, but instead because of the Mexican government's crackdown on the cartels, the AG's state. Now that's important, because one of Biden's big top lines that he always says is, we banned assault weapons before, we're going to do it again. I defeated the NRA and everything went down. Not true. Again, this completely flies in the face of that. They offer more observations as well, which is strong, because it blames it where it belongs, on Mexico. Listen to the corruption. Contrary to Mexico's claims that American guns are among the deadliest and most often recovered at crime scenes in Mexico, only a minority of guns recovered at crime scenes in Mexico can be traced back to the United States. Oh, well that's weird. Almost like the entire premise was political based, not factual. Let me continue. The brief said that among the American guns recovered at crime scenes in Mexico, many were sold wholesale to the Mexican military and law enforcement and only ended up in cartel hands after soldiers or police officers deserted them. Get some more, Mexican lawsuit. This is what they're actually basing this on. The United States as an entity sold it to the Mexican state as an entity, and the Mexican employees, in this case law enforcement or federales, abandoned the weapons, and now all of a sudden they end up in the hand of cartels. Does this sound like a gun manufacturer in the United States problem, or does this maybe sound like a corruption and government problem in Mexico? I digress. Let's keep going because this is the type of leadership that I need to see from states, particularly Second Amendment supporting ones. Got two more things for you, and then they wrap it up with which states are supporting the PLCAA. The AG said that Mexico claims the gun violence within its territory increased because of the expiration of the U.S. assault weapons ban in 2004. But their brief said that homicide rates in Mexico declined in the 3 years after the ban ended and didn't increase until Mexico declared war on its drug cartels in late 2006. Doesn't it suck when facts interrupt your political biased opinions? And here's the states that are supporting it. PLCAA simply codified this existing causation standard to protect gun manufacturers from expense of litigating meritless tort cases and from tort law innovations targeting the gun industry, they stated. Very well said. Here's the states. States signing on to the amicus brief include Alabama, Alaska, Arkansas, Florida, Georgia, Indiana, Iowa, Kentucky, Louisiana, Mississippi, Missouri, New Hampshire, South Carolina, South Dakota, Texas, Utah, Virginia, West Virginia, and Wyoming. Mr. Knudsen, Attorney General Knudsen, great job initiating this. Other state attorneys general, great job signing on to this. And you watching this video, I hope you guys enjoyed. Spread some love in the comments for the AGs who would support your Second Amendment rights, and I will see you on the next video. I'm Braden. See you later.